Hi there. This video is going to show you how to fill out the registration form for chat and eChat classes. Here I am on the registration page of our website, and we are going to register our family for classes, so we're going to select full registration. When you do that, it's going to link you to the online registration form where you'll fill out all your information. So we're going to start by filling in the family information. And now we need to make sure that we have the correct contact information. If you don't have a cell phone, leave this blank and put your landline here. Otherwise, we need 2 phone numbers and an email address. If you have information that is different than last year's, please check yes and tell us what has changed. Would you like to be included in a chat directory to be made available only to chat families? That's defaulted to yes. So if you want to opt out of that, choose no. Then we move on to the emergency contact information. Now here's where you're going to enter your student information. So fill in their name. And then for the birth date, you can either type the date in using this format, or you can click on the calendar and click on the month and use the arrows to go quickly through the years to get back to the year that you need. So I'm just going to pick a random date. Notice that after I put in the date, it will show me the calculation of their age. Then come down here, pick out the number of years they've been homeschooled, and then their grade. So this particular student is in grade 11. If they are in grade 7 or above, this will show up and you can enter their email address and their cell phone. And you'll get the options here for what you want to sign up for. So I'm going to sign up for a Wednesday class. Here are the list of classes, the periods they meet, and the full price of the class. So I'm going to click on this one. I'm going to register for a Thursday class. So I think we'll do photography. And then because I am an 11th grader, I'm going to sign up for a PSEO class. So let's say I sign up for World Civ. You'll see the processing fee per credit listed here, and there's a $30 facility fee. Now if I sign up for 2 classes, that facility fee does not change. Now since this student is also signing up for regular chat classes, I would leave this at yes. But if I was only signing a student up for PSEO classes, then I would choose no. Since for this example, the family is signing up for additional chat classes, I'm going to need to leave this as yes. I'm going to add a student. This student is 12, so I'm going to register him as a 7th grader. And I'm going to sign him up for a Thursday class, Algebra 1. And then I'm also going to sign him up to be a teacher's assistant. He would like to help with either the gym class or the science class. Now, if he wants to do gym as his first choice, I would put that down here. Gym is the first choice. I'm going to add one more student. This time it's going to be an eChat student. This student is 8, so that would make her a 3rd grader. And notice that only the classes that she's eligible for are going to show up here. So you're going to choose the classes, and I'm going to have her there all day, so I'm going to start with period 1, then period 2. So all of those classes. I'm finished now with all my kids, except for, I might have my kindergartner take a class, but I'm not quite sure. So I will enter their information here. A kindergartner would be grade 0. And now I have the classes showing up, but I haven't decided yet of whether I'm really going to sign them up or not. So I'm not going to choose any of them, but I've got Michael in the system so that I can come back later and add a class if I decide that I want to sign him up for something. So now I'm finished, and I'm going to click on Next. You will notice here, anything that shows up in red is a field that I should have filled out and I didn't. All PSEO students have to give us their email address. So I need something here for Matt. And now I'm going to scroll down. And when I click on next, I am taken to the next page. This is the medical release. You'll read this and you'll sign with either your mouse or your finger. And now you move on and fill out the health information. Fill in any medical or general information that will be helpful for us for your children, and then list any medications or allergies, and then we'll move on to the next section. The next section is the legal waiver, so you'll read through this and you'll sign again. Click Next. This takes us to our confirmations page. So you'll read each statement and then click on Yes to bring up the next one. That talks about our statement of faith, our handbook and our code of conduct, our open campus policy, and acknowledging that our tutors are independent contractors. Next, if there are pictures posted, you're giving us permission to have your child appear in these pictures, but we will always remove any picture at a parent's request. So click Yes. The next part is on volunteering. Parents are responsible for volunteering once per semester to help with hall monitoring, lunch, or special events. There's a link here that will show you the lineup of all of the jobs, but we do have the option for parents that don't want to volunteer. You can buy out your volunteer obligation for $25. So there are 3 choices and you need to choose one. The first one says that you will sign up. The second one says you'd like to buy out. And the third one says I have extenuating circumstances that prohibit me from volunteering. So if that's you, you would click on it and you would need to tell us why it is that you can't sign up for volunteering. For this example, I'm going to choose to buy out of my volunteer position for $25. Now, at the end of the confirmation section, we need your signature again. And then in this comments section, you can put in any information that you think is necessary for us to know. For example, if you have a 7th grader who wants to be an encore, you have to get the tutor's permission. If you have received that permission, this is where you would put that kind of information. Click on Next. This takes us to our checkout. So you'll see the total tuition amount, which includes any PSEO fees, your family fee, here's that buyout fee for the volunteer position, and then the service fee. Please note that if you pay by cash, check, or bank transfer, the service fee will be removed. So now you have to choose how you want to pay. If you're paying with PayPal, you'll click on this and it will take you to the PayPal site to finish the transaction. And if you want to pay by check, you're going to select this option, and you'll notice that if you're paying by check, we are offering the option of either sending one check for the entire amount, or you can send 2 checks, one of which will be deposited right away and the other one on August 1st. So let's say I want to pay with 2 checks. I'll select this option. It tells me how much to write each check for and when they will be deposited. So make both of your checks payable to Chat and mail them both together at the same time to this address. It's important to note that your official registration date will be the date that your checks arrive. So make sure that you're ready to send your checks when you finish your online registration, because if your checks are not received within 72 hours of your online submission, the registration will be automatically deleted and you'll have to start over again. Okay, down in this gray box, you'll see the itemization of what you're paying for, and I would like to call your attention to the fact that the service fee has been deducted because there's a discount for paying by cash or check, and you have all the classes and the fees listed, including any facility fees, PSEO fees, your volunteering fee if you choose to buy out, and then the Chat family fee. So here's your total amount due, and you're ready to submit. So the next step is to click on Submit. Now if you're not quite ready, you can save this and come back later. So at any time you can click on Save and it will bring up a little dialog box. and it will say your progress has been saved. There will be a link that you can use to return to where you left off, or the link will be emailed to the email address that you've entered in your registration form. I'm not going to do that right now, so I'm going to click out of that. I'm actually going to submit my registration, and you will get a confirmation that your registration has been submitted. You will also see a PDF attachment here. If you want to click on that, it will pull up the record of what you just filled out with all of your information for all the students. Going back to the registration form, please note that this has also been emailed to you, so you'll get it in an email invoice. Before I show you the email, I want to show you a separate example of a registration that I did that used the bank-to-bank transfer, so you'll get an idea of what that looks like too. If you do a bank-to-bank transfer, you would put your name in this spot, the name of the financial institution, I'll just say TCF for this example, a 9-digit routing number, and an account number. And if you need help finding your numbers, click on Yes, and it'll show you which numbers on your check are the numbers that we're after. So I'm going to take that off, and I'm just going to put a 9-digit number here and a number here, and it's a checking account. And then you need to read this and sign. We need the signature here to match the name of the holder of the account. And again, we are offering 2 payments. So if you want to make 2 payments, then this just tells you the amount that will be transferred immediately and the amount that will be transferred in August 1. And down here again, you'll notice that the service fee has been offset by this discount, and this is the amount that you're paying. So now let's go back to that previous registration that we were working on where you were going to pay by checks. If you submit your registration, you will receive an email, and here's a picture of that email. It will have all of the information that you just entered, including at the bottom it will have the 2 check amounts if you decide to pay by 2 checks. And it also includes the same information in a PDF file. Here's a picture of that PDF file that's included. It will have your order total as well as all of your registration information. After we've received your checks, you will receive another email from us, and this email will be an actual receipt. So this will be your receipt of payment, and it will have an itemized list of all the tuitions and fees that you've paid along with the grand total. This is the only receipt you will receive from Chat for your registration. So that's the process of registering. Now if you come back later and want to add more classes, you would select this button right here and it will pull up an abbreviated form. In this case, all you would need to do is fill in either parent's name. I'll just say Julie Smith. We need a name so that we can hook it to a previous registration. I do need to have the email that you had before listed. And then because the student is already registered on your full form, I just need their name and their grade so that we can find them. And then you'll get that same listing here, and you can add whatever classes you need. One thing I will point out is if you're registering for a PSEO class, we've already registered for Spanish, now we're registering for World Civ. It will ask here if we've already signed up for a PSEO class for this student at Chat this semester. If the answer is yes, then there's no facility fee added. If the answer is no, then the facility fee is there. The rest of the process is the same. Here's the same checkout page that should look familiar. You have the same options to pay. If you do choose the bank-to-bank transfer, I will ask if you've already filled out the authorization once. If you have, then you don't need to fill it out again. Just sign your name and submit your payment. All right, there you have it. If you have any questions, feel free to email us. We look forward to seeing you at Chat this fall.